Hey y'all, welcome back to Steph's Design Space. My name is Stephanie and today we are going to do 8 unique techniques to alter signature pages. I would suggest that you do this before you sew them in, and that's why I wanted to show you. So let's just get started. Okay, I've done 2 of them that I was practicing. So what I've done is I have just, these are from my Shabby Chic printables, digitals, print and ship, whatever. And when you do that, for the most part, it's blank inside, right? And stark white. Unless you print double-sided, and if you print double-sided, good for you. But because I do also, but I thought, you know what? I have so many other things, and I wanted to show you different ways that you can alter the inside of a piece of cardstock. Okay, so this is one way. I took a handkerchief, okay, and glued it to a piece of cardstock. These are pockets, and yeah, so this is gonna be a signature page. Like, it is gonna look amazing, actually. So here's like a blank one, right? Now it will stick out a little bit, and I'm okay with that. I think that looks really cool when that happens. And it also will stick out on the top a little bit, but it's the scalloped one, so I thought that is cool. So I used my glue and water mixture. I don't know what the ratio is. I just mixed it until I was happy with the consistency. It is pretty runny, and I'm gonna do something with it so I can show that to you. But yeah, using a handkerchief, okay? So using a handkerchief is one way to alter a signature page. Another way is, so this is a printable, and then I stamped it, and then I just took scraps from my scrap drawer and just glued them on. Okay, so I can still add pockets, I can still add a belly band, I can still do whatever I want. It doesn't hinder the creativity, but it does kind of make it to where you're not staring at a stark white page. So this one is stamps and scraps. Okay, so that is another way. All right, now for the ones that I haven't done. I'm gonna go ahead and show this to you because this does take a little time to dry. It is wet glue. We all know how I feel about wet glue, but sometimes it is necessary. Because I'm going to be using fabric. So, and I've already cut it, right? So I already cut the fabric, and it's just going to go right on there. And apparently I cut it a wee bit crooked, but again, that's nothing that lace or whatever can't fix. And I have my fans going full blast right now because, well, I live in Texas, and it is just as hot. Okay, it's not as hot as it's gonna get though. Alright, so we're gonna shake this up a bit. Now, because of the type of jar I decided to put this in, it gets stuck. So I just have to get my little silicone mat and unscrew it. I'm just glad that I figured that out, right? So, I'm gonna have to pop this up. I get so worried that it's gonna like go everywhere. It'll be about the time that something happens. And then I just have a paintbrush. I don't know if I want to use that one. I thought about using this, but I don't feel like cleaning that up. Paintbrush is easier. Alright, so I have my fabric on here, and I am just going to dip in paint. Now for this, I just do a thin layer. It doesn't need a whole bunch. If you really cake on the glue, it will seep through the fabric and it will look funky. And I'm just trying to make it even. I guess I should move that up out of the way. Okay. Oh, and oh, there it is. I was like, I forgot to get a tool out, but I didn't. I have found that using a brayer works really well when you're working with a bigger piece, right? So this brayer, which a lot of people use for jelly printing and other whatevers, I just do this, and I feel like, okay, that is really good. It's got everything. Now to show you the consistency of the glue, right? So it's just, I mean, it doesn't like pour off, but you can tell that it's not super thick. And that is one of my biggest complaints with Mod Podge. Now, don't get me wrong, Mod Podge has its place and its uses. And if you use Mod Podge and you like it, do you. Like, I'm not here to tell people they're doing anything wrong, because I don't believe that is the case. But it was just too thick for me. And because of that, it's just too wet. It just takes so long to dry. And if you don't do it thin enough, it seeps through your fabric or whatever it is that you are doing. Now, I apparently don't know how to lay stuff straight. That's a me problem. I probably shouldn't have cut it so close, like so pristine. I probably should have. But yeah, if you have the brayer, right, you can just roll this out. And now we have fabric on our thing. Now I'm going to let this dry, and then at the end, but see, it folds. It's just automatically, it folds, and that is going to be the inside of this signature page. But I'm going to let it dry like this over here. If it'll stay. I got fans everywhere. Okay, so here is my list. Pin. All right, fabric. We already did the handkerchief, excuse me, and the scraps, right? So we have stencils, fabric, ribbon, handkerchief. Already did those. Stamps, napkins. Let's do napkin next, since I already have all the glue out. So this is what the front looks like. Now I did pre-fold these, and that's why once I add stuff to them, it's already like, okay, I'm supposed to fold that way. Now, you can do this one of two ways. I already have the glue out, so I'm going to use the glue, but you can use, and I have used, a glue stick with the napkin. So I'm going to do half of it with the glue stick. And I already did peel off the back of the napkin. Now I didn't trim it, which I probably should have. I like the glue stick because I can manipulate it like this and it doesn't tear. Now it wrinkles, but I like the wrinkles. I like the character that it gives it. And then we can do the, you know what, I don't want to do wet glue. I will, just for the sake of the video, I will do this wet glue. Now I did find, I don't know if y'all caught my other video where I tried out 2 new glues I got from Hobby Lobby, and I will be using at least one of those in this video. So we can see it. Alright. Now, I was going to use my hand, but I really can't because I'm afraid it would, like, tear the paper. So we're just going to use the brayer. And, where is, there we go. And I'm just going to use this to cut along the edge. It's just a napkin, so it should cut fairly easy. And I may have to like touch it up, but I have found that this little rotary tool is one of my favorites. Even though it hurt me in a video, it cut me. But I'm pretty sure that was probably operator error. And we'll just leave it at that. Okay, because I can see where the paper is, right? So it's like the ruler effect. Let me just set that to the side. Let me go ahead and do this one. There we go. Got a little bit of the paper. Now I can still feel that that's wet and this isn't. So this is the glued part. Now granted, with the glue stick, sometimes it's harder to get to the edges, right? Or we kind of miss those. So the wet glue has its place. Now I'm going to let this dry as well. Okay, so I'm just going to let this dry over here with the fabric one. And the rest of these, I don't, let me see. I really don't need the wet glue because I can use other glues. Now, come on. Are you serious? Okay, people are watching. Can you behave? Like, I'm on camera, dude. There we go. Thank you. All right. Had to give them a little pep talk. Let them know what's what. All right. So we have another one. Let's do stencils. Okay, let me make sure it's right. And I have this ginormous stencil. I got this stencil for coffee dyeing paper, and it works out great. I actually have some beautiful coffee dyed paper. So I really like that butterfly. And I don't think it matters how I twist and turn this. Okay, so I'm going to put it down just like so. I want that butterfly on there. Let me get it a little closer to the edge. Alright, now these little book weights come in handy for stuff like this. Somebody asked me where I got these. They're called book weights, and I got it off of Amazon. Okay, now I don't want to use the same old colors, right? Let's spruce it up a little bit. So I have some antique linen. What is this? Tumbled glass, no, Victorian velvet. Ooh, weathered wood is good. Keeping it kind of on the light side. If I can get it out. I'm trying. I swear, my stuff is like, you know what? We're going to make her look foolish on the interwebs. Milled lavender and okay, I am gonna have to move this. I can't get this drawer open enough. Shaded lilac, and I don't know that I'm gonna use all of these, but I would rather spend the time to get a few of them out now, and then, you know, because that way I have so much more to put up, because we know that is my strong suit. Oh, I should have got a green for the leaves. I mean, if I'm going to do this, I might as well do it right. For the leaves, sorry, those are my stamps. Let's do iced spruce. Okay. Put these back on the little thing. All right. And let's go ahead and do the leaves first. If I can even tell where all the leaves are. You know what I want to, oh, that'd be pretty. Okay. Try it out. Okay, that is too, it's too big for this little spot. All right. It's not as green as I wanted it to be, but it's okay. We're not going to stress. No, we're not. So this is a little more intricate, right? Like, because I could just take one solid color and stencil it like, you know, vintage photo or walnut or, you know, any of my favorite browns. But here's my thing. I have these and I don't use them enough, like all the colors. So it is just high time. High time to start using all the things that I spent my hard-earned money on. Now I'm sure I'm missing all kinds of leaves, but it's hard for me to tell what is what. Okay, that's done. For the most part. Where's the lid? Oh, there it is. Okay, so we have that. Now this butterfly, let's do shaded lilac, and I'm gonna have to keep cleaning this particular one because it's small enough to get into all the little places, right? So we're gonna do, where's my, I want to try milled lavender. I think that might be a bit, okay, I like the milled lavender better. So make sure you have like a little scrap piece. Don't, I mean, I'm just talking to myself mainly. You know, don't assume you're gonna, because this honestly looks way more pink. Now I see the lavender color, you know, doing it. Anyway, sometimes it's really hard to tell what it's going to look like on the paper. Oh, I see more leaves. And they will just get colored because I can't fool around with all that tomfoolery. All right, so I have that. I'm going to go ahead and do some of this down here. These little bursts of whatever they are. I'm going to do that with milled lavender. Do that. Are there any more little bursts? Oh, see, I moved that. There we go. I don't want, well, I'll just do it. Oh, it's the same. There we go. 'Tis the season that my fan will be on all the time. Okay, antique linen. I feel like this looks like an antique linen something. So that's what I'm going to do. So it's more of a pale yellowish color, right? And I am going to go down to whatever those are. On some of these, it's just really hard to tell what something is. Let's go ahead and do this little spot over here, antique linen. And what else? Anything up here? You know what? We'll do this one. Antique linen. Okay, I'm going to kind of speed through this because I don't want this video to last forever, and this is a little more intricate. So I'm going to just do this a little more quickly, but you get the gist of what I'm doing, and then you will be able to see the final result. Okay, so now it is time for the reveal. See how bad I messed this up. Because I know it shifted. But I didn't. It's so pretty. Like, oh my gosh, that is so pretty. I love that as an inside to this. Now remember too, when you're making signatures, this could actually be the outside, that could be the inside, right? You can flip them either way you want. There's no rules. Okay, so we have that one. Let me set that to the side. Next on our list is to move all of these out of the way. Stack you up over there. Just trying to keep this somewhat manageable. All right, stencils done. Ribbon. Now, I kind of need to do a quick stenciling over this. And we are just going to use the same one because it's the only one I got out. We'll pull it down, but what I am going to do is just one good solid color. And I guess we'll do, how about we do Tattered Rose? Because I'm going to do the ribbon next, and that's just something that... yep, words are hard. So it's not gonna, the ribbon isn't going to take up the whole entire page. So I kind of want it to have some kind of background. And so yeah, this is just gonna be all Tattered Rose. I'm trying to keep with the colors of the scrapbook paper, right? So it's the pinks and the little blues, and it's, I mean, shabby chic, so it's, you know, got the pastel-y colors in it. So I'm just trying to stay along the same lines on the inside, but not matching perfect. I love these ginormous stencils because it just covers the whole page. And when I say they are really good for like coffee dyeing paper, okay, that should be good. I'll put my Tattered Rose back up here. All right, so voila, we have little background. Now I could leave it like this, and that is gorgeous. But now this is maybe, I mean, this is, I know, something that you can do after you sew in your signatures, but I'm telling y'all right now, it is much easier beforehand. And I'm really just going to create pockets. But we're going to create the pocket just going all the way across, so it's sewn in. Now this is some vintage ribbon here. I don't even know what it's made out of. It's old Michaels. Okay, so now for those who haven't watched me before, or you don't know or don't remember, this is wired ribbon, and I don't want the wire in it. So we are just going to pull it out. Here we go. So there is the wire from one side. And you could use that like if you want to do dangles or charms or anything like that. It's good ribbon for that. And then here's the other side. Just pull it right out. And now it is no longer wired ribbon. So I am going to glue the bottom and the sides, okay, and that's going to create the pockets. Now, I'm not worried about gluing this, and the reason why is I want it to be able to bend and be a little flexible, and it's going to get sewn into the signature anyway, so I'm not worried about that. Now, this is where I told you we're going to use different glue, since this is fabric, and I know I usually use Glinda, and I don't have a problem with Glinda, but I thought, you know, for the sake of sharing. So this is the Crafter's Pick glue that I got from Hobby Lobby for $5.49. It adheres to everything, right? So plastic, metal, ceramic, vinyl, glass, painted, varnished surfaces, wood, fabrics, leather, paper, and more. So this is like everything, and I've used it a couple of times, and it really does work well. And it doesn't smell. Now, the only thing I don't like is the tip is so big. I did try to put it in here, but it's too thick for this tiny little thing. So I'm thinking about getting some Sugar Bell and putting it in, because I want a little bit finer bead of glue. But I need something that it's going to come out of. So we're just going to do... I tried to do that. So we're just going to do the bottom.
Hey.
I'm filming.
Oh,
I'm going to go up a bit. I'm not sure how much I need to go up, but there we go. Okay. And lay that down. And smush, 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 smush. And it does dry relatively quick. I mean, not as quick as Glinda, but it will, you know, be dry before I finish this video. I am just going to put these weights on it just to kind of hold it down, and then set it to the side over here. Okay, so that is ribbon. We've done napkin. Another one I like to do is book pages, and it is super fast and super simple. Okay, so we have this, and actually, do I have it handy? What did I do with it? I do not have it handy. Of course not. Why would I? I was looking for my big book. That's okay. I'm just going to use this. So I have these dictionary pages. We're just going to take 2 of them. Sure, we'll take those 2. We're just going to do it just like this, right? Now that is kind of, you know, meh in the middle, but the signature gets sewn in here and it's kind of close together, so I am okay with that. Easiest thing to do is glue stick. Okay, this is turning out to be a little longer than I anticipated, so I am so sorry. I didn't think about it, how long it was going to take to stencil something. Alright, I am going to close this down because it will move it where it needs to go. And then we're just going to do, here we'll do the brayer. I will say I have found out of all the smushers, like I do like this smusher, but when you're working with delicate stuff, it can still tear it, right? Because you're raking across where that's a solid roll, and so I think that can potentially work better, especially on vintage things. And it really helps disperse the glue, I think, better. Okay, so this does need to be trimmed, and, you know, because the page is a bit longer. And the good thing is, though, is we're only trimming off the blank stuff. So we're not losing any of the text from the dictionary page. I probably should just do this off camera, but I want to be able to show y'all the finished products. You know, we all like to have the voila moment. Okay, done. All right, so I'm gonna leave that be for the moment too. We're gonna put that over there. Not that it has to dry, but and stamps. I already showed y'all stamping, right? So it's any of these stamps that you can put inside. You could really just go berserk and do all kinds of things in there. Like, this is one of my favorite stamps. It's just a whole solid stamp that I could put in there. Now, it's kind of busy, but it still looks really good. I'm just stamping. So you can do script, which is what this is. All kinds of things. I did the stamping in here along with adding scraps. So that is, you know, stamping up your page with whatever you want. So I feel like we have done all the ones that are on the list. So let's take a gander at our finished ones. So handkerchief, doilies, tea towels. This right here, this is a tea towel, right, that I used as the cover. So you can use tea towels, pillowcases, any kind of fabric. I just wanted to use the scalloped is what sold me. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and flip this, and we have those. We have the dictionary pages, the ribbon, so we have the ribbon pocket. I just didn't put the glue up far enough. It's not the glue's fault. So we have the ribbon pocket. We have the fabric. And what else did I have over here drawing? Oh yeah, the napkin. And this is the napkin. So all in all, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, where's the stenciled one? Oh, here it is. It's like I'm missing one. And the stenciled. So there we have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ways. 8 different ways to alter the inside or the blank side of signature pages. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell so you don't miss anything. And until next time, y'all have a blessed day. Bye.